Most guys won't say it out loud, but a lot of men secretly hate themselves. You feel like you're not good enough, like you're always messing up, like no matter what you do, you're not worth much. I have felt that at points in my life. I would say most men, if not all men, have felt this at some point in their lives. But it doesn't have to stay that way. Today we'll be talking about real stuff, no fluff, no BS, just about how to start rebuilding that self-worth from the inside. Because at the end of the day, that's where all this negative talk and this lack of self-esteem comes from in the inside of you. So the first thing I want to touch up on is I'll call it the silent struggle, right? Many men are battling self-hate quietly. I've mentioned this before in videos about how, it's not socially normal or accepted to speak up as men just because of, you don't want to be viewed as weak. You don't want to be viewed as less of a man, not being able to handle his emotions or being upset or depressed or, hating themselves. Just call it how it is. It usually shows up as overworking, isolating, people-pleasing is a big one, and then a lot of blow-ups, blowing up emotionally, and unfortunately that can lead to physical altercations, with a woman or, another man, whatever. Like a man just, after a while, they're just holding it in. If you don't get what you have to say off your chest, it's going to lead to a blow-up. And it's not weakness, it's a wound, where it comes from. This can be, the list can be endless, but I'll name a few things. It can come from your childhood, maybe some trauma there, father wounds, maybe you don't have the best relationship with your father, or maybe he wasn't in your life at all. Constant criticism, negative criticism, not constructive criticism, just very toxic or negative criticism from whoever that might be, family, friends, school, social media stuff, influencers. Again, another ongoing list. And social media comparisons, I made a whole video about that, but yes, that's a huge one, especially in the last 10, 15 years as social media blew up and has, changed the world and reconstructed how the world is. That's a very big one for men. It can affect women too, but the comparison, I think, is really big. What you see on social media, that can lead to always feeling like you're always falling short of who you're supposed to be, depending on where you live, your age, where you went to school at, what career you're in, and you see other people doing better than you that might be the same age as you, same career, or even younger than you, and it makes you feel like there's something wrong with you, and you're not up to speed, you're not up to par. But it's not true at all. Everyone has their own clock, and comparison, you should never compare yourself to people in a negative way. What I mean by that is, it's good to examine and study what other people around you, especially if they're in your field or your career, to learn things. Someone that's ahead of you, take the good from what they've done. See what you can take from them, what you can model, and how you can use it to improve yourself. But don't look at it as a bad thing and turn around and make you feel that you're not worth it and that you're not good enough. And that leads to you just not saying anything. You're bottling it in. And that's what the culture teaches men, to bottle things up and to never show pain. That's society, and that's the norm, as some might say. And the lies you're believing is coming from you. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it comes from inside. Some of the things you might say is, I'm not enough, I'll never change, no one would really love me if they knew the real me. All those things, anything along those sayings, those are all lies. Those aren't truths. They keep you stuck. And you can't, the negative self-talk I think is really probably the number one thing that really gets to men the most, and that really makes them feel not good enough, and that makes them hate themselves. So all those types of things, those sayings, you have to stop telling yourself those things, because if you're going to tell yourself something every day, you're going to eventually believe them. But you have to start saying things like, I am enough, or I can change. So if there's something lacking, listen, we can all improve on things, right? So if there's something that you're lacking in, you can change it. You know, things that you can change that are in your control to change, you can change. Don't say you'll never change, you can change. You can accomplish anything you want in life. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in change and that you can improve yourself, because everyone can do that in some shape, in form. Any way you can do it, you know? So how to start healing might be, the main reason why people are probably watching this video. So the first thing is acknowledge it without shame. Yes, I've been feeling this way. That's okay. That's part of the reason why I do these videos and I made this channel. I do also have a Discord as well. It's in my YouTube bio. It's in the video description, the link in this video. I want to make it a little more active. I myself have to be a little more active in there as well, but please feel free to join. We have about like 60 people in there, and it's a place where you can talk freely, you can talk openly, and if anything is bothering you guys. And today is Sunday, by the way, and I don't have a story time Sunday from last week because I didn't get no emails. So again, that's another thing too. You guys can email me something you're going through. I can make a video about it. It'll be completely anonymous, and I can give you my feedback, give you some advice, and as well as the comments can also give their feedback and advice. So yes, acknowledging it is a big thing. And getting out of the isolation part of it is huge. And that's what I want this channel to be about, in a way. You can email me, you can join my Discord. It doesn't even have to be for the story time Sunday. It can just be for just my email. My email will be in the description as well in this video, and you can just, whatever you have to say. It's very important to get that out of you. It's very important to get it out in the world, and for you to, sometimes you just got to say it, and it might be easier for people to say it to someone like me, a guy over the internet that you're never gonna, see in real life. You don't know me in real life. So it's definitely a good thing to try to get it off your chest, is a big one. And small wins daily are huge. They build up. You rebuild your self-worth by keeping small promises to yourself, because this is not something that's going to change overnight, but it's a small wins. Doing something every day to improve your self-worth and your self-esteem. It takes time, but as long as you're improving every day and getting 1% better in your self-esteem, you're on the right path. And I guess I would say, talk to yourself like you're your little brother. You wouldn't talk to him like garbage, or maybe like your best friend. You wouldn't talk to them like garbage. So stop doing it to yourself. That's the thing. People are so nice to other people, and even just strangers. You meet someone for the first time, and you're so nice to them, or a coworker, a classmate. Right? No, you don't. When do you ever see people? I mean, it happens, of course, but you don't. It's not normal to see that, to say, oh, you're not good enough, and oh, no one will ever love you. Like, no, but we say that to ourselves, and that it's not a good thing. You have to, if you're not going to say it to someone else, you shouldn't be saying it to yourself. It's treat others how you want to be treated, and it goes in that way as well. Yes, be nice to people, but you should also be nice to yourself. If you're not going to talk bad to someone, don't talk bad to yourself. So like I said, your little brother, best friend, whatever that might be, whatever that might look like for you, try to adapt that mindset. So pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. Like I said, I will reiterate, you don't have to fix this. You don't have to fix everything overnight. This isn't perfection. It's about progress. You're not broken. You're healing. This isn't, it's a wound, and it takes time, and there's going to be setbacks, but you have to just, like I said, you don't have to fix. It's not going to be an overnight sensation. It's progress. The fact that you're watching this video means you already want better, and this is already a step in the right direction. And proud of anyone that's watching this video. And yeah, my last piece of advice is drop a comment. If this hits home for you, drop a comment, share it with someone you might know, whether it's a family member, a friend. You're not alone, and make them feel like that they're not alone. Maybe you might know someone that's going through a tough time right now and they're struggling. Send them this video. We're all in this together, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. I hope I helped someone out there, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.